everybody. Vlog number 2? Yeah. Geez, I really felt like I had a whole lot to say this past little bit. I know it's just been just over a week since I put up the first vlog, and for those that did comment, thank you very much. Like I said, I'm not expecting anybody to comment. It's, you know, if you want to watch, go ahead. But anyway, how's the last little bit been? I don't know. That's a hard question to answer, I think, this time. Just sitting here getting ready to set up, which honestly, set up is stick my phone on a thing and hit record. Like, that's my setup. But I kind of it felt like just kind of a wave just kind of washed over me, and I don't know, I'm feeling really weepy, and I don't know why. Like, really, I don't know why. I will say that Thursday, was it Thursday night we did the live stream, like that 3.5 hour, like, just crazy. That was a great stream. I had such a blast on that stream. And it's just so weird to go from such a high, but then you still hit such a low a lot of the time. And that's where I still seem to be at right now, is like the highs are amazing, but like there's no, again, right, to try to find that middle ground, that happy medium, so to speak, that just seems to be something that seems to be unattainable right now. I will say again, and I've said it before in live streams and maybe in the last vlog, again, it is winter. Winter finally showed up in Ontario for sure. It was bitter cold yesterday. I think it felt like it was minus 28 or something with the wind chill yesterday. I don't do well with that. Like, again, you know, with having my hips replaced, my body is full of arthritis. So weather like that really sucks. Just in general, it doesn't matter if you've got any ailments or not. I'm just not one of those guys that want to be out in that weather whatsoever. The fact that we're at the lowest amount of daylight in the winter time. I know we're over the hump and we're going towards, we just had Groundhog Day, and whether or not you buy into the whole 6 more weeks of winter or not, that's on you. That was my dad's birthday too, by the way, so it was a happy 75th to the senior Phillips of the family. So yeah, it makes it really easy not to forget the birthday. So that kind of happened. So I did talk to my dad on his birthday for a little while. So that was good. I don't know. The part-time thing is the part-time thing. It's always there. It's always, I wouldn't say it's repetitive, because it's not. It does feel like there's always something slightly different. And it was weird too, going like this week. We finally had a shipment come in, and it was weird because we don't have the overnight crew anymore. Now you're back to being in the morning and taking skids out and replenishing the stock. I haven't done that in a couple of months, so it's kind of like a refresh even for me, instead of just being in the back and organizing and trying just to purge just junk and clutter and whatever else. Again, that's another thing that if I'm there for 5 hours, that's just it's almost like I check out of my own head. And for that 5 hours, that's just what it is. Now, I don't know, once I get back to my full-time job, if that'll be the same feeling. I don't think it'll be quite the same feeling, because I think there's that resentment, I think a little bit there, that I have reached out to my full-time job and, you know, asking for help or asking for, you know, is it possible that I can get out of this position or move off to this build or whatever? And with it being a union job, I understand there are a lot of things that can't change. That's just the way things are, and unfortunately, it's people like me that have to suffer through. So that I am finding difficult. Like, I know I'm getting closer to coming back. Like, we're into that spot now that it is the 4th, I believe, of March. I wish. No, I don't wish. 4th of February. Yeah, it's always the shortest month out of the year as well. So I've got just over a month, and then I will be going back to work, and it is a little scary. The building I was in, I was only there a month, so some of the people there I've gotten to know a little bit, so that'll be kind of nice. But you're always going to get those people that haven't seen you in a long time, and either they're going to really kind of, oh, so what happened? Where have you been? Has everything been okay? And honestly, like, I appreciate the ask, but at the same time, like, I'm off for a reason, whether or not it's up to me if I choose to share that reason or not. But I don't know. It just, some days I feel like it is time to maybe it is time to move on, but being where I'm at now, I guess I'm closer to the retirement stage than I am the beginning of my working career, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. I kind of feel stuck. Like, I understand that sometimes, I think it was like finally when I realized that I need to go and talk to somebody, or I need to take care of this anxiety and the depression and all that stuff, that damn, I blanked. It might come back, but again, this is always just a raw thing. Like, again, if we look at the past week, and I'm going to jump around like usual, there's definitely been some highs. There's been some lows. I am feeling, like I said, I am feeling a little low right now. It's Saturday morning, or not even anymore now. No, it's Saturday afternoon. So I did mention before, Andre and I did buy cross-country skis. So we did get out once. So we're going to go and do that again in a little while. Actually, I haven't got a lot of time. So that's kind of neat. That's something new. Again, being careful that I don't fall. I mean, it's cross-country skiing, but there are hills. And we're just over at my in-laws' property and just, beginnering ourselves there, so it's not overly embarrassing. Plus, the snow isn't quite exactly the right snow for cross-country, but whatever. Anyway, so we're doing that. So, I mean, I procrastinate when it's just a little bit of time beforehand to go. And then even the drive there, which is not far, again, I just sit there and I'm just like, oh my God, I really don't want to. But then I think, well, Audrey just spent the money buying 2 sets of skis and poles and boots and the whole bit and everything else like that. And I was totally like, yeah, because it was a high. I was feeling good for that particular point in time last Friday when we bought them, or she bought a set because she really wanted to do something. Again, got into paddle boarding in the summertime, and now like cross-country skiing in the winter, like things I never thought that I would do at damn near 50 years old now, things that I never did. I did cross-country ski when I was probably in my early teens, going up to camp with either school or what have you. Other than that, I haven't stepped foot on them. I was never good at downhill. at all. I couldn't figure out how to have the T-bar kind of caress me underneath the buttocks and pull me up the hill, and then bunny slope it down. Like, I never got off the bunny slope, but yeah, it's just, once we get there and you get everything on and you actually start doing it, then it becomes enjoyable. But it's the process of getting to that stage that I just sit there and I just like, oh God, like, what would I be doing if I didn't go? I would be either maybe going, oh yeah, I didn't sleep very well. Maybe I go lay down for a while and then I go crash for a couple hours. Or do I just hang out down in the basement? I keep reorganizing kind of the same shelf. I've been here. I'm going to move myself so you guys can see, but like this one up there. So I have moved that stuff. I've taken pretty well all my Marvel stuff away and kind of decluttered and put a few different things in there. I've purged a few Lego sets out of here to make some space for whatever. I don't know if it's also from that live stream that just shows just a lack of energy. How can you be excited about something when the company that makes it and the teams behind it don't seem to be nearly as excited, or to do a goof up, like, without a doubt, to have, Star Wars live stream on G.I. Joe Day, like, which has nothing to do with me personally, but it just, in a roundabout way, it kind of does, because obviously I have committed myself to this line, and there are days I feel like it almost feels like it may end, which, hey, if it does, the pocketbook stays a little thicker, a little fuller. The stress of trying to, I wouldn't even say stress, because I don't really feel that anymore. Like, I am very surprised still now over the course of the last few months how different my outlook on all of this has become now. I know this is a crutch a lot of the times. I know this fills in because I have an addictive personality. I was a smoker for a number of years. I started when I was 18 till I was 44. Yeah, I did quit for one year I lived in BC, but then as soon as I moved back due to circumstances, that was the first thing that I started back up smoking again. So yeah, September coming up this year will be 6 years. I never thought I'd be able to break away from that, and to do it pretty well all cold turkey. That is something I do, or I am very proud of, is that I was able to finally get that monkey off my back. And because honestly, if I was still a smoker, none of this would be here, without a doubt. I don't even know if the channel would even be here. Like, things, again, like, I guess that things do happen for a reason. I always get annoyed when people say that, but maybe, I don't know. But I do know me, and you guys have seen, if Black Series slowed down, something else had to replace that collection, because there just wasn't enough out there. So that led into the Marvel Legends thing again, which, again, things happen for a reason, and I was able to purge a lot of that out, and I was able to flip some for my hot toy and what have you, or my last cup. So again, yeah, I guess things happen for reasons, but I don't know. When everything's nice and full and it looks really organized, there are some days that I'm like, you know what? I think my work's done. I think where I'm at is perfect, and maybe that's my next evolution into my thought process, is maybe, yeah, Black Series will still continue, but maybe it's time for me just to say, you know what, I'm not going to pre-order anymore. I'm not going to, you know, maybe the odd one here and there, but I think for the most part, maybe my collection's done. But what would I move on to? Would I still stay into this, or do I concentrate on something else? Do I start to you know, like, I don't know. This has become such a big part of me. It's always going to be here. It's not going to be like, well, I've kicked the habit, you know, I'm not a collector anymore. Blink, and all this disappears. Absolutely not. But I don't know. I don't know what the next chapter holds for stuff like this. I find comfort in sitting down here and looking, and again, I can pick pieces out. I know my glasses are up, but whatever. But I can pick pieces out that I know who that came from, or somebody made that, or if I'm, you know, looking at the one frame I've got with a whole bunch of other YouTuber stickers on there. So from people I've either had on my channel or that I've guested on their channels, like it's been, or it still is a great feeling. And it's those days that I look forward to more so. But I don't know. That's, again, this is just me, and this is honestly the reason this is the main reason why I'm doing this vlog thing. Is this is the thought process that goes on in my brain, and it is jumbled. It's not like a start to finish thought. You guys see it in the live streams. Like I try, and I know I should probably maybe have my brain looked at. I don't know if there's some who knows, maybe there's some genetic, I don't know, but like that kind of scares me. And that's another reason why I put stuff off all the time, why I put off going and talking to my doctor about my anxiety and my depression, and I should finally do something about it. I've been suffering through it for years, but I always worry about everything and everybody else first. I mind you, you know, I say that, but at the same time, I look at my stuff, and for everything that I have added into my own collection, I'm a very selfish person. Like I am. Like especially when it comes to family stuff, I'm always, the last thing I seem to think about a lot of the time, which makes me even more upset with myself, is that if I'm out someplace, or you know, you got paid or whatever, and you're like, yeah, there's nothing, and then all of a sudden you come across something. Now, probably not on your radar. I'll give you guys an example. Here, we're gonna go for a bit of a walk. So it wasn't a whole lot, and I mean, I don't know, but anyway, here, right here, I can't see because I got it off camera, so I don't know if this is even gonna translate right. Ooh, it looks like it's been a little crooked. But yeah, so I picked this thing up. Oh, okay. Can I kind of see myself? I don't know. Anyways, guys, so did I need? Absolutely not. But in my brain, the price was right. So I was like, I gotta have that. I have an empty space. It looked like it tilted again. But it was also the same with this one here. I did the same thing. I was like, oh, and just because I get so bored, I check buy and sell stuff all the time. I don't know, again, if anybody even saw this one, and maybe that won't translate very well, but yeah, an original Warrior on original card from 1981. Again, wasn't very much at all. I paid the same for that figure as I did for that framed piece. So 40 bucks. So in my brain, $40. But then you go, well, that was 40 and that was 40. So that was 80, which is pretty near 100. And $100 or even $40 or even $80 goes a long way. We've got the Carter's band trip to Ireland coming up in just over a month. That's pricey. So instead of me going, oh, yeah, I'll throw an extra 100 towards Carter's band trip, or I can get myself almost 3 more Black Series figures to go in here. Or, ooh, there's a new Lego set that's $60. I'll get that. My brain worries about, when it comes to this, when it comes to a buying high, this trumps everything. And I think that whole process, that is what I need to get worked on for me to finally just go, it's fine. But I know that it's going to be the most difficult part of all of this. I mean, like I said, a lot of the anger issues have gone. Driving, I'll always put it out in every single vlog and live stream and whatever else have you. Driving is a stressor. I don't care who you are. So that's never going to change, but at least I know I'm not having to be in my car for my job for like an 8-hour. I'm not a UPS or a Pure Later guy or whatever. Or Purlator, whatever. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I have to take a 20-minute drive to get to work and then get out of my car for X number of hours and then hop in my car and come back home. So there are, again, there are worse things out there to complain about. But yeah, that's still a big stressor for me. And that's probably when I do get the most angry. Like road rage, absolutely. I don't act on it, but I mean, like, there's a lot of F-bombs that go through my car, a lot. But as far as any of the other things, I seem to, if there's home things that aren't working out very well, it gets there. There's not a whole lot of yelling and threatening of taking things away or, your brain tends to shut off and your emotions just take over. Like I put my fist through a wall here. Just went up and just went like this, poof, right through the drywall. I busted the glass door piece out of our oven because I was so ticked off. I threw something and it took a bad bounce, went back and boof. That's an expense. No oven for a few days while I went and had to find a place that would replace the glass and take the door out and had all that glass to clean up and everything else, and did that in front of my wife and my son. Riley wasn't around at the time. Like, there have been instances, and I look back and I'm just like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. But the last few months, a lot of that's just gone now. Like I turn and I walk away. Honestly, when the weather gets better, that's when I tend to put my headphones in and I just go for a walk. And then I come back, and then hopefully things have cooled down enough that we can have a discussion and we can deal with things. So, like I said, you know what? I know not everybody can be a saint 24/7. And I'm not even comparing myself even remotely close. I mean, a lot of you guys have a lot of nice things to say, and I really appreciate it. And it is difficult to take the compliments. Again, I think that's just a human thing that, I've always had a hard time. Like, it's hard to take a compliment to say, hey, thanks, I don't know, whatever. It's hard. It is difficult. It's super difficult, but like, I am trying. Not hard enough, I think, at times. The weight loss thing as an update. Jesus, we're going to go 15, 20 minutes all the time. I guess we're going to average about 25 out. Well, it's fine. It's just, again, for me. But I've been struggling with the weight still. I'm still kind of in that snacky phase. Could be partially because of the weather and not being able to get outside as much, because I just don't like the bundle just to have to go. It just, yeah, again, first world problems, right? But even sitting down here and looking at this, sometimes, like I said, my collection brings me great. It's such a calming effect. But then there are some days, if my head's just not in the right place, that I come down here and I look at this and I just think, man, you're selfish. Look at all this stuff. Andre is not a collector. She's very practical. Carter, I'm seeing a lot of me with the way he is, but he's being smart. He's budgeting, so he's still saving. And when he gets to a point, he's like, okay, this is where my save line is. And then when his next paycheck comes, he bumps that save line up just a little bit more. I get it. He doesn't have really a whole lot of bills. He pays for some of his cell phone bill, and that's pretty much it. So it's all disposable income kind of for him. But, you know, I'm hoping he's going to still be smarter than I was. I got to a good point, and then whatever, and now, you know, so it's a climb again. But I don't know, maybe this is where I should leave it. I think for this vlog anyways. Maybe we'll dive deep into whatever I can remember about being younger in school and stuff, because that was not a great experience for me as well. I kind of wonder a lot how I would be if, and not to say that the support system and stuff in the school, it's a lot better now than it was when I was in public school. There's a lot more, I guess, I don't even know what the word is, but a lot of signs that are out there that teachers and stuff pick up on if kids are struggling and whatever else, and it's not just all automatically them throwing a lazy tag on that kid. It's like, I wonder if maybe there might be a bit of a learning disability, or maybe they need to wear glasses, or maybe they're dyslexic and they need to learn and to refocus how to reread or something. I don't know. There's always something. I kind of wish we had stuff back like that, because I know I could have benefited greatly, and who knows where I would have ended up. Probably wouldn't have had an amazing wife and kids and some awesome subscribers and viewers and everything else, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a what if. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for listening. Again, this will be up very, very, very soon. I'm getting ready to go cross country skiing with my wife in about 4 minutes, so that was some good timing. Got to get the laundry switched over, and yeah. Hey. As always, everybody, I don't do the thing in this. This is just what it is. If you get anything out of this, or you feel the same way, again, go ahead, put a comment down there. I am finally getting better at replying. I just went through a bunch of comments again right now, so you know, give me a few days. It's not like I got a busy schedule, but I am trying. I am definitely trying, but I do need to try more, try harder. I got to kick it up maybe another notch, and not feel so complacent. But that's gonna do it anyways, guys. So vlog number 2. Thanks again. We'll see you guys when we see you next time. So later, eh? See, and then when you talk too long, the battery turns off in your little clicker to make it look more official, instead of me having to reach over here to turn the record button off, which I'm gonna do. So, all right, guys, love y'all. We'll see you next time. Later.